Lone Rectangle video. Today we're going to take a look at Lance in the Great League. First of all, thanks for the support on the last video for the series there. Definitely going to be a series I'm going to continue. We hit actually 1000 likes, I only asked for 500 likes. I'm going to ask again for 500 likes for this video, and I'm going to post another poll in the community tab for YouTube for the next video that we're going to do for the series. So please leave a like on the video, would really appreciate it. Otherwise, of course, we're going to take a look at Lance today. Lance has several different Pokemon available there. First of all, again as well, something to the rules. I am not using Pokemon from the anime. I'm not using Pokemon from Stadium or any other spin-off games other than the main series games. Only main series games so far. Maybe I do some special episodes with like anime Pokemon as well, for like Ash, for example. Or some other main anime characters, but I'm going to specifically only use stuff from the main series games. Just for that. But yeah, we're going to see that they don't really have a lot of different Pokemon there. For example, his main team has like 3 Dragonites. So we're going to pick one Dragonite there, we're going to pick a Dragonair from the first generation, and we're going to also pick the Charizard from the second generation. So we're going to have a Charizard double Dragon line there, and let's see how it goes. Going into the first match here right now, I want to say as well that there might be some extra videos for the series as well that are not in polls, depending on which new metas we coming in there, and I don't really want to make a post about this because I want to showcase this character 100%. So there might be something coming as well which is not in those polls before, but here we're going to see Frost is against us, not the best ideal start already, as our team has quite a lot of weaknesses. Not gonna lie, we're running the normal Charizard here while we're having a double Shadow backline. Main reason for this, of course, is we kinda need at least a little bit of bulk somewhere. And I kinda want to have the bulk in the lead at least here, and we do more damage with the Dragon Breath anyway with our backline there. Dragon Breath going to chunk a lot against a lot of Pokemon, so it's most likely the best way to play this one out. And again, like if I went for Stadium teams or whatever, I would be able to use Snorlax, but I feel like it's kind of cheating because those in Pokemon Stadium, they have really different Pokemon a lot of times. It's really not comparable to the main series game, so I'm not going to include this at all. And also not including the anime, of course, either. We will see a Warren here, which is of course already a big threat for the entire team. You're still going to be able to do some nice damage here with the Dragon Claw potentially, or the Blast Burn later on, but it's going to be a tough one to beat. I'm going to still let this move go through because I expect them that I can still get to another charge move here, allowing me to swap out later into my Dragonair. They most likely want to stay in here anyway because it's a good matchup for them, but I will be able to farm them all the way down, hopefully getting some extra energy here. I think they get to another move in time. Yeah, they do, so I have to farm them all the way down now and hopefully threaten some Pokemon from the opponent with the backline there. Let's see. We will see the Medicham coming in. I'm going to swap out immediately, which was a mistake because Medicham and Dragonite gets to the first move and at the same time, so swapping out basically afterwards ensures the opponent to go to the move in time. Also was a mistake to go for the Aqua Tail here because Body Slam is the better move, so we have to get used to this team a little bit first. Going to be able to knock them out at least here right now. Gliscor coming in and farming us down. Not the first game that you really want to see, but we might still be fine later on. We will see. We see the Registeel in the lead here. Going to be a tough one as well for this team. Like, you kind of want to have it on the lead here, which is good. Still not the best matchup at all because they're going to be able to survive on Blast Burn as well if they want to, and they can also debuff you, which makes this matchup even a little bit more trickier. Zapkin coming through, gonna get the debuff immediately, of course. Well, it always happens to my opponents, but never happens when I have the Registeel. I will be able to go for another charge move here. Blast Burn going through, coming up with a shield from the opponent. Going to shield up their next move coming in. Going to be Zap Cannon as we're going to get the next debuff, of course. Trying to go for a Blast Burn here again. Trying to get them low. Let's see what they're going to do. They're going to let this move go through. They're going to be low. And I tried to catch the move here. Didn't work out. We see the Sableye coming in, and I can at least hit them with the neutral damage here of Aqua Tail. Dragonair going to be the Pokemon that tries to get out the potential Galarian Stunfisk because I still have Aqua Tail to threaten this Pokemon. But here, as you can see, this is going to be a tough one to still win. The Registeel is a move start, and I don't really want to get the move really onto my Dragonite, but I guess I have to. Let's see. We're going to see a Malamar coming in. This is interesting. I don't know why they didn't go into the Registeel. I will be able to go ahead and go for one Dragon Claw here, going to do some nice damage against them. Trying to catch the move, didn't work out. I can go for the Dragon Claw here against the Registeel, knocking them out before they can throw their charge move. Getting now the charge move from the Malamar, going to be a foul play. They can farm me down. Can we farm them down as well? We can farm them down. We won the second game here. Good game there. I recorded those battles already a long time ago. I already prepared it actually before I did the first episode for it because I had like battles basically spare and I kind of want to do something productive. So those were already recorded a little bit longer ago, before the poll was even live. I had some other option as well. If Lance didn't win the poll, I would have just postponed it and tried to use those battles somewhere later, but here we will be able to farm down the Sableye, we are shield down, and we can forfeit immediately. This team has no option at all for a Azumarill. There is nothing I can do about this Pokemon, but I mean, yeah, we are honest here in this series. Of course, we're going to see that this is not going to be the best team either. Noctowl is a big issue for this team as well. You just have a lot of squishy Pokemon sadly here that are not really appreciating those bulky Pokemon that you see all day in the Great League. We will be able to at least get out the Medicham now and we can throw some Body Slams at them. Body Slam going to do some nice damage against them here as they're going to let this move go through. Gonna put them into range where I can farm them down potentially here as well, but I'm going to let this move go through. No, I'm actually going to shield this move up. I think I should have let this move go through because I get to another move. Definitely didn't think through that. Saw that already before now after like rewatching the video, but this was not the ideal play. We see the Registeel coming in, I go straight for the Dragon Claw. Like that was not the smartest decision. They're still going to shield this move up for whatever reason. I can go into my own Dragonite, which also wasn't the smartest decision. And I can go for the bait. Hopefully they're going to shield this move up as well. They do shield this move up. Maybe I still have a chance here. Let's see. We will see the move coming through from them. Zap Cannon coming through. Gonna get the debuff, of course. 3-4-3 for the opponent as we can still go for the superpower. But is debuff going to matter here? The debuff going to allow them to survive this move. I would have easily knocked them out otherwise. And like this, my opponent going to be able to win this game. Without the debuff, I would have been fine. But like this, there's nothing I can do anymore. Because the opponent, never mind. I can still go for the Dragon Claw. I'm pretty sure this was a Steam Pita here. Because the Noctowl definitely had a ton of energy. But like this, I will take this. Our next opponent, I guess he also participates in the challenge today. Having a Shadow Dragonite themselves, I will be able to go for a Dragon Claw, getting the shield and swapping out immediately. As this will allow me, to just have in general a small advantage here. Going to get in the Dragonair against them, going to do a ton of damage. They're going to do a ton of damage against me as well. But I will be able to face off against this Registeel now with some energy advantage, or with my Dragonair. Going for one Awkward Tail, gonna get them around half health already. Letting this move go through, of course, as they threw nearly immediately, I think. I don't think they overfarmed a lot, so I can go ahead and go back into my Charizard, threatening them with... Oh, never mind. Why do I go into this Pokemon? This didn't make any sense at all. Good job, me. I think I'm going to try to go for the superpower and then try to swap or something, but they're actually going to let this move go through, which is funny. And I think I completely misplayed this now. They're going to have a Stunfisk in the back. I think it doesn't matter what I do here. To be fair, I tried to catch the move, didn't work out. And at this point of time, it's going to be a tough one to still win. Let's see what we can do. We can hopefully bait them here, but they're going to go for the charge move immediately. But yeah, this doesn't look too good so far. We will see that we can go for the Dragon Claw here. Hopefully they're going to shield this move up. Going to go ahead and shield this move up, and I can reach the superpower. Is this enough to win this game? Let's see. It's going to be enough to knock them out. Can we farm them down in time? We cannot. This is a bug currently, by the way. We should have had a tie there, but currently it's not possible to knock out another Dragon Breath user, basically. Like, basically it's random. It's a 50-50 chance who wins this matchup there in terms of the race. If you have, like, basically 1 HP on one side, but 1 HP on the other side, and you have 2 Dragon Breath users, it's random who wins this game. Like, you cannot go for a tie currently for whatever reason. This has been a bug for ages. It's a rare bug, so like it's not something that a lot of people really talk about, but it's something that has been the case for at least a year, I think, so it's really wild. It's very, very rare that you have 2 Dragon Breath users getting a tie for whatever reason. I have no idea why that's the case. I think it's basically since they fixed the main lag issues. I rather have no lag, to be fair, compared to like yeah, the issues here. Actually, it's kind of wild. Like, at least for me, I haven't had lag for ages in this game. Like, there are some issues still, of course, some minor ones that can be a little bit annoying, but the game works out really, really well nowadays, which is really cool to see, but hasn't been a thing that that we had for ages. So like, it's kind of nice to see that being consistent now. We should have went for the Dragon Claw already before now, but we're going to go for it now at the perfect time, going for the Dragon Claw here. And we will be able to take this move, and we should be able to win CMP against the Trevenant as well. They're even going to forfeit here anyway. Going into the next one, Pelipper against us, horrible lead. We're going to swap out immediately into our Dragonair, and we will be able to do some nice damage here, and they're going to swap out late into their Stunfisk, allowing us to go for at least 2 Awkward Tails here for sure, as we have so much energy advantage, and you see how much damage it's going to do. It's going to do a ton of damage here. And this is the main reason why we have the Dragonair as our save swap. We're going to get this Pokemon super low. Going to let this move go through. Or actually going to shield this move. Going to be the Earthquake. Can I still get to another one? I can still get to another one. Forcing another shield or the knockout. We will be able to get the final shield of the opponent, allowing us to hopefully sweep endgame. But my opponent is now able to just go for Rock Slides, which is a little bit annoying because I have to shield this one now as well. Getting my shield advantage basically rid of that now. And we will be able to try to farm them all the way down. We see the Medicham coming in. It's going to be a close matchup. I'm going to try to swap onto the charge move. Didn't work out. They have the Pilipar now around. I can go for another charge move, but I think this game is at this point of time over. There's still the Ice Punch stored on the Medicham. And yeah, I will be able to knock out most likely this Pilipar with my own Dragonite. But that's basically it. I have to throw a charge move here, but they're actually going to be able to go for one Hurricane as well. Knocking us out here, and that's going to be it. Also, one issue that I haven't faced yet, at least here, but I think maybe there's still some games coming up. I think I did like 5 sets with this team. It was a very fast team, so it was fun to play. I went around neutral, I think, actually, which is kind of nice. But like, I definitely didn't go positive. Like, for example, in the last episode, I kind of always want to rank like the trainers now at the end of the video, but already, spoiler alert, this was not as good as the team that I had before, where I actually had like one of my better win rates within the entire Go Battle Day or Go Battle Weekend with the blue team there. It was amazing. This team kind of sucks, to be fair. Like, you are completely losing instantly against any Azumarill. You are losing instantly against any Bastion. There's nothing that you can do really about this unless you have like a ton of energy advantage with your Dragonite, which rarely happens, to be fair. But still, kind of fun to run those teams, kind of fun to run the next Pokemon. Also, what you can do as well, let me know in the comment section which teams or like which trainers I should add for the next poll. Maybe I do something less spicy. I don't know, maybe you do like those that basically nobody really expects. There are a lot of gym trainers around that we could do. There are a lot of general interesting teams that we could take a look at. We will be able to at least hopefully catch the move here. We can catch the move onto our Dragonair against this Pelipper. Having a Blast Brand stored will be very beneficial, especially against a Galarian Stunfisk coming in here. Trying to go for the Aqua Tail. Let's see what this is going to do. Going to do around 50% of its health. It's insane how much damage this actually does. It's a 35 energy move, which is a non-step and not really a good move either, but it's still going to chunk so much, which is wild. We have to go basically into our into our Charizard and go for our charge move immediately. And this will knock them out, which is nice. They're going to swap out immediately anyway into their Pelipper, so I'm going to swap as well, and we will face up Venusaur. This is actually still a winnable matchup, maybe. Let's see. We see that we're going to put them around like below half health, so for me, I think just investing the shield here and farming them all the way down should be more beneficial than throwing my charge move, and it was more beneficial as my opponent decides to just immediately surrender, which is cool. We'll see a Registeel against us. We will be able to outspeed this Pokemon, but it's going to be an annoying one to face. Registeel being able to go for Zap Cannon. We had this matchup before already, but they're actually going to let this move go through, interesting enough, as we're going to shield up the Zap Cannon against them. We see the Frostles coming in, which is something that I don't want to face at all. I can go for the baits here. I just want to get some damage on them at this point of time. Going to be able to get the shield, which is cool. They're going to go for another charge move. I'm going to shield this move up, but it's going to be a tough one to still win this one. We can go for another Dragon Claw here, hopefully getting the final shield of the opponent or getting some damage. We gotta get the final shield. We can go for another Dragon Claw. I think there was a CMP tie, hopefully, as we need some damage on the Frosters here, and then there was a CMP tie, allowing us to let this move go through, and we can farm them down with the Dragonair before they can get to another charge move. The next Pokemon coming in going to be the Trevenant. I swapped out very late, and they surrendered for whatever reason. I have no idea why they surrendered. I think they still had a decent chance of winning this game there. But yeah, they would have outsped me to the Shadow Ball, so I don't know why. Really weird one. We'll see here Gliscor on the lead, which is a little bit awkward to deal with. I kind of try to go for some Dragon Claws, as this should hopefully allow me to get some damage on them or like get the shield here. I'm going to swap out into my Dragonite for whatever reason. Don't really know either. Why I went for the Dragonite instead of the Dragonair. Going to have to shield up 2 moves here, which I'm actually going to let this move go through, which I am fine with now. I can realign at least. We see a Cresselia coming in. It's basically already a game over, I think. For Cresselia, I need my Charizard. My Charizard is basically already dead, and there's not a lot that I can do about it. I can still go for the Blast Burn at least, and maybe I can do something with that now. Blast Burn coming through, going to connect. But we need something in the back now that is weak to our Dragon Boy. Let's see what they have. They have a Galarian Stunfisk. There's not a lot that I can do about this one. I have to hope that they're gonna go for the bait here first. I think this is my only way of winning this game. But even then, it doesn't matter. Like, either they can go for 3 Rock Slides, which is 15 turns, or they can go for 2 Earthquakes, which is 15 turns. So it doesn't really matter. Good game there. And we can go into the final game here, as we're going to see the Medicham in lead. A very good lead for us at least. We see a Drapion coming in, which is a little bit tricky to deal with. They're going to have Awkward Tail, which I then realized as well. Can go for the bait. I can go for 1 more Fast Move and then hopefully swap out in time into the Dragon Boy for the... Okay, actually did 2 more. For the Awkward Tail coming through, being resisted, I will be able to farm them all the way down, which is amazing. They can still get to 1 crunch though, and this crunch would hurt me a lot. So I'm going to let this still go through because I kind of want to have the extra coverage that the Dragonite provides me here. I will be able to farm them all the way down. Let's see what's coming in. We're going to see the Medicham coming in, which is better, of course, for us to have this one now aligned to the Medicham compared to the Dragonair as we resist the counter. But of course, they're still running the move Ice Punch, and we have to be careful about this, and we're going to be careful about this. Hopefully, being able to still do enough damage against the opponent. We can go for another charge move here against the Noctowl, trying to get them low. Gonna get the shield here, and it cannot reach the Blast Brand still in time. It's going to be a tough one. Shadow Ball coming through, I still be able to survive it. I'm going to overfarm so the opponent's Medicham can't farm as much, and I hopefully still get to another charge move against them. I can go for the Dragon Claw, go and do some damage here. Is this enough to knock them out? It will not be enough. Can I farm them down with the Dragonite? I can, and this is going to be it for the video. I definitely have to say that this was more like, I don't know, second to last tier team to use, while the blue team was like second to top tier team to use. Definitely way worse than the blue team, had way more weaknesses, had a complete horrible matchup against Bastion as well as Azumarill. So yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Please leave a like on the video, try to hit 500 likes again. I'm going to publish another poll for you to vote in, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.